Good morning, guys. Having a heck of a time with my tripod today, so I'm feeling a little crooked here. Hang on. All right, there we go. That'll work for now. So I just wanted to pop on here really quick. Happy Sunday, everybody. I hope you're having a really good day, staying cool, staying hydrated. It's another hot day here in Denver, so yeah, definitely going to have to stay hydrated. I already have a couple of quarts of herbal tea brewing, so I should be good. Anyways, so I wanted to pop on here and just share a little food for thought with you guys. And it's really about remaining fluid in our food journey and also in life and in our healing journey as well. So what I mean specifically about remaining fluid, it's not becoming so rigid in our beliefs or in the style of eating that we might have or how we just feel around food in general, not letting ourselves get super rigid and stuck there. Because one thing I can tell you with certainty is that our nutritional needs are going to change depending on the season of life that we're in. So it's going to change depending on literally the actual physical season of life that we're in. So are we in summer, spring, winter, fall? Or it's going to change depending on the season of life that you're in regarding your age. So like what works for you in your 20s might not work for you when you're in your 30s. And then what works for you in your 30s might not work for you in your 40s. And so a lot of times what I see happening with clients is that they have this one style of eating that's worked really well for them in the past, and then they get stuck with that. So without naming any like specific diets or whatever, they just have this way of eating that maybe they've eaten for a decade or so, and it's worked super well, but it's not working anymore. So then they get really frustrated because they're afraid to change what they're eating because they don't really know where to go from there. But it's not working for them. It's not serving their body. It's not giving them the energy that they need. It's not helping them manage their hormones and everything really effectively. So when it comes to food, I always say, let's be fluid. Let's be open. Let's experiment. Really, so much of what we do with nutrition and life and health in general is a lot of experimenting, because we can quite often look at what the experts are saying. We can look at, X, Y, and Z people say that this is the best way to eat. And so therefore that must work for me. But I can tell you what, most people that create these new diets or these new styles of eating, yes, that worked super well for them and they were able to get the results that they wanted. But for you, it may not work. Or elements of that style of eating may work really well, but you may need to tweak some other things. So let's use paleo for an example. I feel like paleo is great as far as really helping people transition away from that standard American style of eating. So getting rid of the processed and refined foods, the rancid oils and things like that, and just cleaning up their overall nutrition in general. But I don't think that everybody needs to be on a paleo template in the strict paleo form, like no dairy, no gluten, no grains, no legumes, that kind of stuff. If you can tolerate dairy and don't have any problems with it, then eat dairy. If you can tolerate grains, then eat grains. That really comes down to that, making that individual choice and experimenting. So I do recommend, if people are not sure what foods they tolerate, I recommend doing some sort of elimination diet for 30 days or 60 days or however long you want to try. And then you start adding those foods back in one at a time, and you can really see, like, does dairy actually cause me problems, or have I eliminated it unnecessarily? So when it comes to food, let's stay open and fluid and be willing to evolve. Be willing to understand that we may be eating a certain way right now, but that could change next month or next year or in 5 years or 10 years. It may work really well for us for a certain amount of time, but it may change. And so really, I would love to encourage you guys to just let go of that rigid feeling that you may feel around food, and that stuck feeling that you may feel, and be willing to experiment. And if you don't know how to experiment, you feel intimidated, you just kind of don't even know where to start, then reach out to someone. Reach out to a health coach or reach out to your doctor or your practitioner and ask for some help. on how to identify what foods work for you and to really kind of hone in on how you can support your body nutritionally. Also satisfy your mind, body, and soul, because eating is a very mind, body, soul experience. Like, it has to nourish us not only on a physical level, but it needs to nourish us on a soulful level. That's why food is like the center of so many important holidays and events in our lives as humans, is because food is really what brings us together. So we're not just looking for physical nourishment on a cellular level. We are looking for all of the other nourishment too, the spiritual nourishment, the emotional nourishment, and everything like that. So, and that is attained whenever we can be a little bit more fluid around our food. So anyways, just something I was reflecting on this morning in my own journey with food too, because I've actually noticed over the last few months that my eating patterns have changed a little bit, and what was working for me before has kind of changed. It's like morphed into this new thing. So I was kind of just reflecting on how my own journey is evolving, and I wanted to share that with you guys because your journeys are going to evolve, and the best thing that you can do for your mind, body, and soul health is to let it happen. Just roll with it, be open, be willing to experiment, and show a lot of compassion towards yourself if you're feeling stuck or overwhelmed or frustrated. So everybody's journey is always going to be full of ups and downs and bumps and peaks and all of these wonderful things, and that's where all of the lessons are to be learned. So anyways, just wanted to share this morning. Hope you guys are having a really, really great weekend, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.